Hi Barca fans, how are you doing? Welcome to this live show in which we'll be following the Champions League draw for the group stage. We're going to know who Barca will be facing in this year's Champions League group stage. Who do you think the opponent's going to be? Are you excited? Do you think that Barca can win it? The live action is happening in Monaco. We'll be following from here from our studios in Barcelona. And with me here in the studio is Georgina Leger. How are you doing, Georgina?
I'm good and I'm excited to be here. I'm not usually here at the studio, so happy to be with you.
We've made the group stage, or we've been through the group stage for several seasons now, but it can be tough. There are some tough teams out there.
We're going to talk about that in a minute, but yeah, this is the Champions League. It's always a challenge, and we are about to find out the teams that we are going to face, so we could not be more excited.
Okay, and joining us here in the studio as well are Sam May. Sam, how are you doing?
Very well, Robert. Great to be here. Looking forward to seeing who we get in the group stages. Plenty of tough opposition.
And you're doubly excited, I imagine.
Yeah, yeah. You can say that. You can say that. But yeah, today it's all about Barca and who we get in the group stages. So I'm looking forward to seeing it.
And on the other couch as well, Xixian Chen, how are you doing? First time on the show.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of nervous, but I'm good and I'm confident with our team and motivated as well.
Well, we'll be letting you know how all of this is going to be working. It's going to go pot by one, pot 2, pot 3, and pot 4. We'll let you know exactly what is happening in Monaco, and as soon as Barca has a new opponent, you'll know. You can send in your comments on our live chat. Georgina will be following them, Georgina.
I'm following you, all of you, and what are you saying? So first thing, as always, let us know where are you watching us from, and let us know what are you doing too. If you're watching this from home, from the office, from the train, from the bus, whatever, where are you following us from? And we'll be reading your comments live throughout all the show. Okay,
and during the gala in Monaco, we'll know obviously what the groups will look like in this group stage of the Champions League. It's going to be 1 hour and 50 minutes gala, more or less, and there'll be more going on. We'll know who the best goalkeeper for last season was, who the best goalkeeper who the best defender for last season was, best midfielder, best forward, and best player. Lionel Messi is up for that. So let's hope that he can get that award. Frankie de Jong is also up, and Marc-Andre ter Stegen too. It's going to be an entertaining hour.
It's going to be an entertaining hour, and I think we got our chances in these awards. I don't know, what do you guys think? But I think that especially Frankie de Jong and Lionel Messi really got their chances here.
Well, I think definitely Lionel Messi is best forward for last season, and possibly even best player. He didn't make the final. He's up against Cristiano Ronaldo and Virgil van Dijk for best player. We'll see. I think he has options. Do you think, guys?
Yeah, I mean, you just need to look at the free kick he scored against Liverpool. At the Camp Nou, it was unstoppable.
It's one of his best goals ever, I think.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's fantastic. To curl it right in the top corner, leaving Alisson with no chance. It was unstoppable.
Okay, so yeah, sorry.
No. Actually, Van Dijk's performance last season was phenomenal as well. So many people think this year can be his year.
His year, obviously. Yeah, and he's a European champion.
Yeah, of course. That's the reason why. But my money's still on Messi because he's not only scoring but also organized, and he's totally changed the match.
Okay, that is the right attitude on this show.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I think we've talked about pot 1, pot 2, pot 3, pot 4. What does that mean? Shall we show you guys what that means? So, shall we take a look which teams are in each pot?
You can go with the pot 1. In the meantime, you can, guys, leave your comments with who do you think we're going to be facing. We're going to do a prediction in a minute, but just go ahead with pot 1.
So in pot 1, we've got obviously Football Club Barcelona as Spanish League champions. We've got the European champions as well. We've got Liverpool. We've got Premier League champions Manchester City. Europa League champions Chelsea. We have, who else do we have? Zenit St. Petersburg.
We've got, of course, Liverpool.
Of course, Liverpool as well. I'm forgetting 3 teams now. They're not on my list. I'm sorry. I need some help, you guys.
We've got, reminder, Liverpool, Chelsea, Barca, Manchester City, Juventus, Bayern Munich, PSG, and Zenit St. Petersburg.
Yeah,
These things happen
Shall I just say what happened here? On my list are the teams we can be drawn against. We can't be drawn against the teams from pot 1, so I didn't write the teams on pot 1, and now I feel a bit embarrassed. Anyway.
Don't worry, things happen.
Let's go to pot 2.
Okay, these are the actual teams that we can be drawn against. Do you want to go
Pot
with them?
2, let's go for
You're
pot
ready
2.
for
We
them.
cannot be drawn against teams from the same league as us. So we have Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. They cannot be our opponents in pot 2. Teams that we can be drawn against: Borussia Dortmund from Germany, Napoli from Italy, Shakhtar Donetsk from Ukraine, Tottenham Hotspur, the runners-up for the Champions League last season, from England, Ajax Amsterdam from Holland, and Benfica. Guys, that is a tough pot. Favorite opponent in it?
For me, I personally think that Barcelona will get Borussia Dortmund. Lucien Favre, they finished second in the Bundesliga last season. It will be a difficult game if that's the case, because of course Paco Alcácer knows Barcelona well.
Yep.
But having said that, I fancy Tottenham.
You
so-
fancy Tottenham? We had them in the Champions
had
League
them
last
in the-
year. We had them
last
Yeah.
year.
Any
fact-
favourites for you guys?
I would like to face Borussia Dortmund, and I'm also going to give you someone that I don't want to face. I don't want to face Ajax,
Okay.
because I think if we make it through and Ajax makes it through, I think it would be nice for Frankie de Jong to find his old team in the knockout stage, if we ever get there, of course.
Xiang.
Any favorite?
For me, let's get Ajax.
Really?
Completely
Yeah.
the opposite. Completely the
Yeah.
opposite.
Yeah, exactly. Because of course the Dutch giant is a very tough for us. Yeah, because but we also have it's a team we're quite familiar with, and our team club we have long time friendship for long times. And especially for De Jong, although De Jong left this season, but their midfield still very strong, and I think it's a lot of things to see from the Ajax.
For me personally, I would want to avoid Shakhtar Donetsk because there's always this issue of travelling far.
Long distance travel, yeah.
We know that the players don't like it, the coaches don't like it. It messes up all of their preparation. They have to. Well, it's too many hours basically. It's
long
even in another time zone. The cold as well when you get into the months of November and December. So those are teams that I would definitely want to avoid. Shall we have a look at pot number 3?
Yeah, before we go there, let me say that a lot of people actually want Ajax. They agree with
Yep.
Xiang and would like to face Ajax. I'm also seeing Dortmund a lot, so Benfica. Yeah, but most people are saying Ajax. Like, I'm reading so many comments about people wanting to face Ajax. Well, guys, I don't agree with you, but Xiang does.
And of
Yep.
course, send in your comments. Send in your comments.
Always,
Let us know
always,
who
always.
you want
We're following you.
in the group stage. Pot 3. Let's have a look.
Pot 3,
okay, so
yeah.
we cannot be drawn against Valencia. They are
Yeah.
from the Spanish league. Reminder: we can't be drawn against a team from the Spanish league. So. Here we go. Olympique Lyon from France, Bayer Leverkusen from Germany, Salzburg, Olympiacos from Greece, Bruges from Belgium, Inter Milan, who we were drawn against last season, from Italy, and Dynamo Zagreb from Croatia. Guys, any favourites here?
Trip to Greece, why not?
We got them a couple
You're
years
thinking of
ago.
holidays rather than opponents, Sam.
This is Sam style. It's always the
No,
same.
a trip to Piraeus. Barcelona played Olympiacos a few seasons ago, and was successful. So why not? Olympiacos, Greek Super League champions.
Valverde facing a team that he.
Of course,
Of course.
Yeah.
And we faced them many times, and I think successfully over the past few seasons. We'll be looking at previous games that we've played against them if we get drawn against them. Anyway, Georgina.
Yeah. I don't know why I always want to say who I don't want to be drawn against, but I don't want to be drawn against Lyon because we just faced them last year. I don't want to go against them. So maybe Dynamo Zagreb, to go a bit exotic here, to be a bit different.
A bit different.
Exotic.
I don't
I
think we've ever
mean,
been drawn
we
against
haven't. That's one of the reasons why. One of the many reasons why.
For me, Inter Milan.
Again,
Milan.
but we got them like
Again?
Yeah,
years.
like last year we against them, but it's Inter Milan is a quite famous team in China, and in China there are a lot of fans. So I would like to see it will be a beautiful football, and fans will enjoy the game like party.
There is one part in which you feel, okay, I'd like to see competitive games in the group stage as well, rather than having Barca playing against opponents that are probably
Yeah.
just slightly under their level. So, like last year, we faced Tottenham and Inter Milan. That was
had a tough
entertaining. It
group,
kept it
yeah.
alive right until the end. I mean, I remember Tottenham last year came to Camp Nou, and in
And
the
he was-
94th minute, they didn't know if they were making it through or not. So that's
Absolutely. And
exciting.
they made it up to the final in the end.
Yeah,
so
because
this is the Champions League.
Anyway, we are the king of in the group stage, so let's make the group of death.
Okay, and my selection for this pot would be Olympique Lyon. Once again, going on distance. They're right next to us. So it's basically just a coach trip up.
A lot of people are saying they would like to avoid Red Star Belgrade and Inter. We haven't got there yet, but they want to not to face them. Someone wants to face Inter though, and I don't know why you guys want to face teams that we just played against.
Mine is just basically based on distance.
Let's have the so faced on distance, faced on holidays, focusing on last year,
and based on following in China.
And China following, because we haven't explained this, but Xiang is basically our social media editor for Chinese social network. So if you ever find to be in China, check them out.
Yeah.
Okay, we're still a few minutes away from the draw. Let's have a look at the teams from pot 4. Okay, so we've got Lokomotiv Moscow, Genk, Galatasaray, Leipzig, Slavia Prague, Red Star from Belgrade, Atalanta, and Lille. So these are the teams, some of them first time in the Champions League for them. Some of the teams we've never faced, so like Atalanta, Lille, we've never faced them. So a few unknown opponents here. Once again, Moscow is a no-no, definite no-no. I fancy a trip to Italy here, Atalanta.
I'm going with you. I want to face Atalanta. I never played against them in the Champions League, so I'm going for Bergamo too.
Sam?
For me, it's got to be Losk Lille because they did well last season in Ligue 1, second in the league. So, yeah, Loic Remy is also just gone there this season, so it'll be interesting to see what they have to do in this season.
And you want to visit the city?
Yeah, of course. Why not?
And
Galatasaray, for
Galatasaray. Oh, you fancy the trip to Turkey now?
Yeah, but I mean, it's like a beautiful city, very delicious food there.
Yeah.
And like Istanbul is one of my favorite cities probably in the world.
I feel basically none of us are voting here based on the quality of opponent, what a threat level they can be for Barca. None of us are voting for that.
But I think there's one thing very important. It's like a Turkish teams from Istanbul, so probably bring us some good luck to bring us to the destination.
Exactly. Where is the destination? Istanbul. The Champions League final is going to be played there over in 2020. It's still quite a bit away, but we are going road to Istanbul 2020.
Do you want me to ask you some questions about Istanbul, maybe? Play some games.
You could ask some questions. You could ask some questions. I think we have a phone call first. I don't know. We are supposed to be talking to someone who is in Monaco. They'll be letting us know the latest news. If we don't have him, we can go to your trivia about Istanbul.
You let me know, Robert. What do you prefer?
If the guys let me know. Okay, we have got the phone call.
We've got the phone call.
Okay, so Georgina, you know him better, so
I know him better, and he's the one and only Aviv Levy. Aviv, do you hear me?
Hey, what's up, guys? I hear you.
How are you in Monaco?
Very busy.
Have you seen
at the moment?
Have you seen something of the city, or just like from the plane to the event?
No, nothing. Just plane, helicopter, venue, and now we're here backstage.
How was the trip with Frankie and Leo?
Yeah, the trip was really cool. To be honest, I was never in a helicopter before, so we flew from Nice in an airplane, and from there we took an helicopter from Nice to Monaco, which was a 10-minute ride.
So everyone at home is seeing the images on...
Yeah, we've got the footage right now on screen. Aviv, this is Robert here in the studio. Any favourite teams or any teams that you want to avoid in this Champions League group stage?
Yes, I prefer to avoid long trips, like Shakhtar Donetsk, for example, or maybe like cold cities, like Lokomotiv Moscow in December is not the biggest fun in the world. So I think more the cold and far trips.
Okay, Aviv, we're having a bit of trouble hearing you, so I think we'll have to cut the call and try and get you back for when we know who the opponents are going to be. We're watching footage right now of this helicopter travel. It must have been an exciting one. Go and enjoy the Champions League group stage, and we'll talk later, Aviv. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you.
See you, Aviv. Have fun.
Anyway, it looks like an exciting trip here.
Absolutely.
All of the
You've been there to UCL draws before?
I've been to UCL draws before, but not in Monaco. I've been in Neon.
Neon. Okay. So you have never taken an helicopter?
Never with the players. Never on a helicopter. Never with Frankie de Jong. Never with Lionel Messi. they're obviously travelling today because they have well interest there. They could
These
become
awards.
best midfielder of the 2018-2019 Champions League, or best forward in the case of Lionel Messi. He could even be the best nominated the best player
Of last
for the Champions League last year. Okay, Georgina.
And I think he should win it,
You
by the
wanted to ask some questions about Istanbul. I think you've prepared some trivia for us.
I prepared some trivia for you so that we get in the mood. We're going road to Istanbul, and Istanbul is an interesting city that I've never been to, by the way. And I want to ask you some questions about it. I'm going to ask the first one, and I want people at home to answer too. The question is, what do you think is Istanbul's population? Okay, you can write A for 10 million, B for 15 million, or C for 17 million. So it's obviously a very crowded city. But what do you think, 10, 15, or 17 million?
I basically have no idea. So I'm going to go, let's see, for the middle choice, 15 million. I'm going
Okay.
the in-between.
Robert says B. Sam,
I'm going to go for 17. Just to be
17.
different.
17, just to be
Christian?
different from me, you never want the same
I think
answer.
17 as well.
17
because
as
I've been there twice, but I didn't know the answer of this question. But I feel it's like quite crowded city.
It's a highly populated city. I mean, talk about where we live here in Catalonia. There's 6 million here in Catalonia, so a whole city
It's
is
bigger than
more
our
than
whole.
double.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Istanbul like is huge.
It-
Yeah, like the Asian Europe. So
Yeah. So I'm going to give you the answer. The right answer is what Robert said. It's B. Istanbul's got 15 million people living in it. Huge city. Featuring a huge bazaar. I don't know if you heard about it, but in Istanbul there is the Grand Bazaar. And my question here for you is, how many shops are there in the Grand Bazaar? A, 500. B, 1,000. Or C, 3,000 shops. Come on, you guys at
You
home.
guys go first now. I mean, I
Christian,
have
what do you
the
think?
lead. I
You've
have the
been
lead.
there. How many shops?
1,000 maybe.
1,000 B?
Yeah, I would go with 1,000. I can't see there being 3,000. That just seems too much to me. So I'm going to go with the same 1,000.
So
I'm
1,000,
going for
1,000?
exaggeration, 3,000. Okay, all in.
I
All
want
in
you
on
people
shots.
at home, come on, give me your answer. What do you think? It's A, B, or C? 500, 1,000, or 3,000?
17,000 people in Istanbul need 3,000 shops.
Yeah, but
They need
That's
places
true.
to go shop.
Robert is on fire. Right answer.
well done.
3,000 shops.
There we go. There we go.
Wow.
And I did not know
Again.
any of these answers.
I think your,
promise.
your criteria is
I've never been to
perfect.
Istanbul. I've never been to Turkey.
Your criteria is just perfect. 15 million people need 3,000 shops.
Exactly.
That's exactly the
That's
reason why.
One. No, I'm not gonna do the math. I'm no good at math. No good at
You
math.
could get hurt there, but
Okay,
okay.
Georgina, your final question.
Third and last question. This one is easier, I think. You will probably
Close
know
the
it.
gap.
So Istanbul is divided by a strait. It's the reason why Istanbul is divided half in Europe and half in Asia. I want to know if you know the name of this strait. It's A, the Bosphorus Strait, B, the Black Sea Strait, or C, the Marmara Strait. Bosphorus, Black Sea, or Marmara. A, B, or C.
Making
Come
us look bad here, Georgina. We should be polished up on geography. We should be people who know what they're talking
Yeah.
about, and none of us have any idea. Look, based on the
I think
on their
Xi Jiang
faces.
knows.
Does he know?
No, actually.
Oh God!
You're making us look so bad here.
A, Bosphorus, B, Black Sea, or C, Marmara.
Okay,
All right, go for C.
you're going for C.
I'm going to go for C.
Okay, and based on the fact that we had option B and option C previously, I'm going for option A now.
Most people are answering B and C, and the right answer
A.
is A again.
Oh, wow.
3 out of 3. 3 out of
Yes.
3, and knowing absolutely anything.
Exactly.
You
I
do
knew
nothing. You do
I knew
basically
absolutely
nothing.
nothing.
And got
Nothing
the
at
3
all.
answers right. And I'm seeing, why aren't there any A's? People.
Guys,
But I knew this one. I think it's the only one that I knew, actually. Like the Bosphorus Strait. It's famous. I don't know.
Anyway. By the way, we've just known who the best goalkeeper is. Unfortunately, it is not Marc-Andre ter Stegen. But the keeper for Liverpool, Alisson Becker, is the winner for best goalkeeper of the 2018-2019 Champions League. So congratulations to him. As I'm feeling lucky right now because I've got 3 answers out of 3
Go
correctly.
and buy a lottery
Shall we do our predictions?
Sure.
To see who Barca are going to get drawn against. So let's get the boards out here.
Yeah, we're going to get
So
the
it's
board.
one team from each pot, and I've just dropped that.
We're going to write our full prediction of Barca's group stage,
So-
and we want you guys at home to do the same. So,
So
Barca,
obviously, from pot 1, Barca.
and then you pick a
2, 3.
rival from pot 3.
Okay. So from
2,
pot
3, and
4, what did I say? I didn't want Shakhtar, but I didn't actually commit to a team. So let's see. What
This
can
is
I go with?
what do
Yeah.
you think we're going to get, not what do you want, okay? So, at home, just answer
Yeah,
who you
sure.
think that
Okay.
we're going to be drawn against.
Okay.
So, Barca.
Okay.
I always feel like we get
And
tough groups, which I love because I love
Oh, I said
competition.
Atalanta before, but I can't do
But-
it because I've done Napoli in. Okay, so
Obviously
I wanted
remind
to go to
that
France, so this is
There cannot be 2 teams from the same
from
country.
the same country, obviously. No. Okay, so
So
my,
keep that in mind.
prediction is complete.
Not mine.
Here we go. Barca, Napoli, Bruges, and Lille. I'll give you a reason why. Napoli, because we faced them in the preseason and we beat them both times. Bruges, because it's where Andrés Iniesta made his debut back in 2002, and Lille, because France is right up the road and it'll save the players some travelling time. So that is my prediction. Barca, Napoli, Bruges, and Lille. Anyone else?
I've gone for Borussia Dortmund.
Okay, Sam. So you're showing the camera. Yep.
Borussia Dortmund, Club Bruges, and Crvena Zvezda, which is Red Star Belgrade.
Okay. So we've got Bruges from pot 3. Both of us have got that. You go, Xiancheng.
Oh, sorry.
I go for for the pot 2, go for Ajax.
Ajax. Yeah. Okay.
Because I just get really impressive because what they did last season, those young players, and just doing so great job. So I go for Ajax, and for pot 3, Inter Milan, and pot 4 to the Turkish team.
Okay. Georgina.
I'm going for Dortmund. We don't usually get easy
We don't-
draws.
Exactly.
So I think we're going to get Dortmund. I think we're going to go back to Milan once more again this year to face Inter. And finally, this trip to Russia that we get really often in the Champions League. It's going to happen in Moscow against Lokomotiv.
Why do you want to go to Moscow?
It's not that I want, it's what I think is going to happen. But trust me, I'm not as lucky as you, and I don't usually get my right answers in random.
Okay, guys, the draw is just about to get started, so let's have a look at pot 1, the pot in which Barca feature. There are 7 other teams, so right now what's going to be drawn is where each team falls, which team goes into which group. So, shall we look? We've got Barca, Liverpool, we've got Manchester City, we've got Chelsea, we've got Juve, we've got Bayern.
Yes.
We've got PSG and Zenit St. Petersburg. Okay,
That's
those are the 8 teams. The teams are split into 4 seeding pots. Pot 1 consists of the holders, the UEFA Champions League winner, and the UEFA Europa League winner. No team from the same country can face each other. So now we're going to know where each team
Who
falls.
goes where?
Right now, UEFA is showing us how this
How it-
would work. So Barca can't be drawn against Real Madrid and Atletico from pot 2, and they can't be drawn against Valencia from pot 3. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm leaving anything out. Oh yes, by the way,
Basic rules. Yeah.
Once we know what the group stages are, we'll know what the UEFA Youth League group
course.
stages look like, because they will be exactly the
The
same.
same.
So we'll know Barca under-19s team, which teams they'll be facing. They'll be facing the same teams as the first team of Barca. Under-19s, who played the other day at the inauguration of the Johan Cruyff Stadium, and who have a known face as their coach.
They did. By the way, they did good the previous years. Really good.
Exactly.
And it's the team featuring Ansu Fati, who
Ansu
everyone
Fati.
is talking about. He's the guy
And
on
Victor
fire
Valdés
lately.
on the bench.
And Victor Valdés on the bench. Huge Barca legend for goalkeepers. So yeah, no. Keep in mind that what we get in this group stage are the teams that the under-19 is going to face.
So right now, what we're
group
waiting
stage.
for is to know if Barca are going to be in Group A, B, C, D, E,
Any favorite
F,
letter?
G,
Any
H.
lucky letter?
Any favorite letter?
I don't know. Random question.
I don't know. B for Barca.
B for Barca?
B for Barca. Is that a good enough answer?
It's a very good
Okay,
answer.
We'll see. There are some other rules as well. So teams from the same country. So Barca and Real Madrid basically can't be in the span of A to D or E to H because they cannot play on the same day.
Because of a television thing
Yeah.
and rights.
Okay. So yes, I've
This
just
is
been
about to
reminded right before the group stage draw starts. Let's listen to what our captain had to say before the preseason started.
La verdad que es difícil decir algo hoy después de la temporada pasada, ¿no? Pero no me arrepiento de nada. Vuelvo a repetir lo mismo que dije la temporada pasada. Confío en esta plantilla, en estos jugadores, en este cuerpo técnico y no tengo duda que todos juntos vamos a volver a pelear por todo.
The words of our captain, the best player in the world. We're going to go for it again. He didn't promise it last season. He said they'd do their best. They fell in the semi-finals. He says we're going to try again. Lionel Messi. That got everyone.
I love the human feeling behind it. Everyone knew that last year we were playing so hard to win the Champions League and we didn't make it in the end. And I love how this year he took the same words, but just reminding. I think the same thing as last year, and we're going to play even harder this year to get it.
I've got a good feeling about this year. I've been saying that the past few seasons, but this year, no, I do. I think this year is going to be Barca's year.
I think everyone
Got a really good feeling.
Okay, so the draw has started. We're going to know which group Barca falls in. So Wesley Sneijder right now has drawn the PSG ball. We'll see where PSG fall.
They fell into
They
Group
are
A.
in Group A. Okay, so we're going from A to H. This is basic now. Okay, so Group B now, Group B. Okay, I didn't know if UEFA were making it more complicated. They change every year, so...
Let's see if you're right and we get letter B.
Bayern Munich. Okay.
B for Bayern. They got the...
Bayern. Okay, my logistic was once
They
again
are allowed, yeah.
more or less correct. Okay,
What
so
letter? People at home, let me know. What letter would you like
which letter
to...
are Barca going to fall into? C now. Let's see. From the top-seeded groups. Right after this, we're going to know who the best defender for the UEFA Champions League for 2018-2019 was. Group C is
City.
Manchester
City.
City.
C for City.
C for City.
Once again. Maybe we'll fall into Group F for FC Barcelona.
Oh,
See?
could be.
Okay.
Could be.
Group C, Manchester City. We're going to know who's going to fall into Group D right now. Wesley Sneijder. Unveiling Group D, Juventus, who have nothing to do with D.
But
there's no Group J, so they had to fall
they
in
had to
somewhere.
fall in
They
somewhere.
had to fall in somewhere.
I want us to get Group G from Georgina.
Okay, so based on this, if I'm not wrong, obviously Barca will be in between Group E to H, so that means that Real Madrid has to go into
From
A
to D.
to D.
That's right, Robert.
Okay, Liverpool Group E. Okay, so potential opponents for our arch enemy Real Madrid are Bayern Munich, are Manchester City, are Juve, and who was in Group A? Paris Saint-Germain. Okay, so 4 potentially tough opponents for Real Madrid who are in Group 2. There we go,
Yeah.
FC Barcelona, and they fell into Group F.
From
C?
FC Barcelona.
Yes.
For FC Barcelona.
And you were right again.
Oh, he's right again.
What is going on this afternoon?
You're feeling lucky like Google.
I'm feeling lucky. Group F, FC Barcelona. Okay, so we are in Group F. In a few minutes, we'll know who the other teams are. Group G is for
Zenit.
Zenit.
Zenit St. Petersburg.
Then it's St. Petersburg. They didn't have a Group Z for them either. So we know who Group H is going to be. Chelsea.
Chelsea's going to go.
Okay.
Oh.
So it is now complete. Group A is Paris Saint-Germain. Group B is Bayern Munich. Group C is Manchester City. Group D is Juve. Group E. Group E. I'm forgetting right now. Anyway, Group F is Group F is FC Barcelona. Group G is Zenit St. Petersburg, and Group H is Chelsea. So that is what we know right now. And coming up now is the nomination for Best Defender. Georgina, you had some more trivia prepared.
I had to.
Yeah, exactly. They need to get ready for this because it's a bit elaborate. But you explain what we're going to do.
This is the second part of the trivia, and I think we're going to have some fun with it. People at home, turn your sound down on whatever device you're watching this, because you will need to hear music, because we're going to play 10 seconds of different anthems. Okay, in this case, it's going to be anthems from teams that are in pot number 2, and I'm going to give you 3 different teams that this anthem could belong to. Okay, so we're going to go with anthem number 1.
Okay.
Go and hear it.
You gave it away.
Okay, and the options are A, Tottenham, B, Ajax, and C, Dortmund.
Are we supposed to give it away right away, or should we give the fans a little bit of time to answer? Because
we can give them a little time to answer. Maybe we can play it again.
Okay, play it again.
For A, Tottenham, B, Ajax, C, Dortmund.
Tottenham are the greatest thing the world has ever seen. Tottenham are the greatest thing the world has ever seen.
Come on, guys, you're hearing this at home. There's now. Do you think it's Tottenham, Ajax, or Dortmund? Xixiang?
Tottenham.
Tottenham.
This was an easy one. You could hear the lyrics were in English, and
it did actually say Tottenham.
yeah, and they said Tottenham. Yeah, you know, the thing is, I've been listening to these anthems for like the whole afternoon, and there's a point where I don't know if they say the name or not anymore. Let's go with anthem number 2. Okay, let's hear it. I was really surprised by this one. This can be for A, Benfica, B, Napoli, or C, Shakhtar Donetsk. Let's hear it again. Benfica, Napoli, or Shakhtar Donetsk.
Okay, play it again. Napoli, Benfica, or Shakhtar?
Benfica, Napoli, or Shakhtar.
I'd go for Napoli, probably, because like Italian guys are good at opera.
Yeah. Okay.
My first instinct was an Italian team, so Napoli.
Napoli,
Okay.
and
I'm going to go for Napoli as well.
I'm sorry to say it's not. This is Benfica.
Okay.
Wow. So it's like Fato.
It's a fado.
Really? Okay.
I'm surprised to think that this is something that they play before. I mean, it must be
Okay.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm singing this at the same
Okay,
time.
and right before pot 2 is about to be drawn, third and a final.
Yeah, we're gonna go with the third one. Let's hear it. This can be A, Ajax, B, Shakhtar, or C, Dortmund. Let's hear it again. Ajax, Shakhtar, or Dortmund.
Okay, we need to be quick because pot 2 is being drawn, so we're going to know who Barca's opponent is.
Dortmund?
I'm going to go for Ajax.
Dortmund.
It's Ajax, guy. It's
Oh, Sam!
It's A. And many people getting it right. I don't know. Maybe because of the language.
Okay, we need to look at who the teams on pot 2 are, because right now we're going to know who Barca's opponent is going to be. Okay, so can we see it on screen? And the first draw by Peter Cech, by the way, drawing these ones. And Virgil van Dijk was voted best defender of the year. So we have an opponent for Bayern Munich, Tottenham Hotspur in Group B. So they will be facing Bayern Munich.
Interesting group so far.
Interesting group so far. Okay.
Whenever
Did anyone have Spurs as Barca's opponent here?
Nope.
I didn't. I had Napoli.
But it was the one that Sam wanted.
Yeah,
So-
I did, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so right now we have Ajax. So
Let's see if Zidane
they could be
gets it right.
Zidane. He was Zidane wanted Ajax in our group. So right now, if we see Group F, it means that Barca will be
Yeah, as many
facing
fans will.
Ajax. Bit of a drum roll
Do you
here
feel?
for
Dun, dun,
Zidane.
dun, 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 dun.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Okay. Round and round. Those little balls go.
Here we go.
And
There is actually someone putting papers
Ajax
in this ball.
will fall into Group
No, I don't want the F here.
Hey.
H with Chelsea.
We're avoiding
Okay.
Ajax.
Chelsea and Ajax.
Who did you have in your prediction, Robert?
Napoli.
Napoli.
I'm still in it.
You're still in it. You're still in it. Everyone
not.
except Zidane is still in it.
as well.
Still in it. Ajax.
Yeah.
Ajax. Let's see about the
Okay.
third ball.
So Wesley Sneijder now drawing Borussia
Borussia Dortmund.
Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund. They can fall into any group because Bayern Munich already has an opponent as well.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Will Borussia Dortmund be our opponent?
I want it because it's my prediction.
It's my prediction as well.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Come on,
I
Sam.
have Napoli.
Come on, we can do it, Georgie.
We can do it. Let's go.
Let's see.
Come on. Open
Okay,
the ball.
so the tension is building in the studio as Sam and Georgina's prediction could go down the drain. Here we go. Borussia Dortmund will fall into Group F. Oh, you got it right.
We are alive.
You got it right.
Great, Sam.
Okay,
First
so
thing in my life that I ever win something.
Barca's opponent will be Borussia Dortmund. Do you know, guys, when the last time we faced them was?
Oh.
Would it have been pre-season?
Can't remember.
In official competition.
Official competition, yeah.
In official competition?
I mean, I could look at my papers and my notes, but I'm just going to say no. I don't.
I could look as well, but I think I remember by taking notes. 97-98 Super Cup, European
I was 2
Super
years
Cup.
old.
Barca were the Winners' Cup champions, and Borussia Dortmund were actually the Champions League winners back then. We beat them in the European Super Cup, though. That was in the 97-98 season with Louis van Gaal as Barca's coach.
I've always been a Borussia Dortmund admirer. I
Oh,
got some
that's
family
amazing.
over there. And it's also going to be the Dembele being back
Yeah, of course.
to the team. He
Of
was
course.
previously before coming to
Okay,
Barca.
so we have an opponent for Zenit, who are Benfica. Okay, so we still need an opponent for PSG, one for City, one for Juve, and one for Liverpool.
And of course, Georgina, touching on Borussia Dortmund,
Mhm.
take nothing away from the yellow wall.
Obviously.
Yeah, no, of course.
The
Obviously.
atmosphere at
The atmosphere there must
Okay,
be.
Real Madrid has now been drawn. They could face PSG, City, Juve, or Liverpool. Who's it going to be?
Liverpool.
Juve.
It
Juventus.
sounded aggressive,
City.
but
I want City.
you want City? But
Real Madrid.
because you want
Real
Guardiola.
Madrid against Pep.
This
That would be a good
Or
Sorry.
against the European champions.
No,
Okay, against
okay,
the defending champions. I
The
buy that.
defending
I-
champions.
Okay, Peter Cech. Who's it going to be? Real Madrid will face Group A, PSG.
PSG?
So
For him.
Real Madrid, PSG, who have suffered
Interesting
a
group
few
too.
injuries as of late. Last weekend, Mbappe going down, Cavani going down. Neymar still out with his future a bit uncertain. We're not going to talk about that here.
We're not touching on that.
We're not touching on that, but okay.
We don't know.
Let's see. Shakhtar Donetsk. They could face Manchester City, Juve, or Liverpool. Let's see who Shakhtar Donetsk will be facing. Barca against Borussia Dortmund. We know that so far. Trip to Germany is coming.
You were talking about the atmosphere, and when you're like a football fan and you think of places you want to go, Anfield is definitely one of them, and we went there last year. I think Dortmund comes really, really close to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Shakhtar Donetsk against City. This has happened already in the Champions League. I don't know if it was this season or the previous season, or this 2 seasons ago, exactly. I've been told in my ear 2 seasons ago, Manchester City against Shakhtar Donetsk. Okay, two teams left to be drawn. One of them was Napoli.
Napoli.
So we know where they're going. They're going to Group E.
Yeah, because
with
they can't
Liverpool.
face
So that
Juve.
means Atletico Madrid will be facing Juve as they did last season.
Year, yeah, same as last season. maybe a time for revenge.
Yeah, it could be time for revenge. It could be time for revenge. Okay, so a quick recap. I'm going to read this. Group A, PSG and Real Madrid. Group B, Bayern Munich and Tottenham. Group C, City and Shakhtar Donetsk. Group D, Juve and Atletico Madrid. Group E, Liverpool, Napoli. Group F, FC Barcelona, Borussia Dortmund. Group G, Zenit and Benfica. Group H, Chelsea and Ajax. Who got the tougher draw, guys? Out of pot one, who got the toughest pot two?
Out of pot one, who got the toughest? I think it's not easy for us. I mean, Dortmund did really well in the Bundesliga last year, and they started strong. So
for me, there are three that stand out: PSG, Real Madrid.
PSG, Real Madrid
That's
for
going to
sure.
be a competitive
Yeah.
one. Bayern, Tottenham. I think that Tottenham could even be favourites on top of Bayern Munich. And Juve, Atletico Madrid. That's going to be a competitive one. As you say, revenge from last season. And just a quick word on Borussia Dortmund. You were talking about their fans, their incredible stadium, and a former Barca player on their team, Paco Alcácer.
Exactly, you know.
And performing amazingly well there.
Performing, as Georgina's just mentioned, performing amazingly well in the Bundesliga. And it's going to be exciting to go to Dortmund.
Definitely.
I've got
Any reactions, Georgina?
Yeah. People liking the draw against Borussia Dortmund, but I would like you guys at home to rate from 0 to 10 our difficulty for this draw. So from 0 being easy and 10 being really tough. How would you say Dortmund is?
I would say 5 because it's like
You're really confident.
Yeah, it's like a little bit tough for us, especially because Paco Alcácer, our old friends, is quite good now, right? In Germany, in the 2 games, he just like make the 3 goals, if I didn't remember wrong. So I think but no team is unbeatable. So
Okay, so 5.
I'm going to go for 4.
0 being easy and 10 being tough.
10 being tough.
So maybe 6.
I'm
The other
gonna
way
go.
around.
Yeah,
No, or
sorry,
maybe
I
it's
didn't-
4. I don't
yeah.
know. I'm
I
not
will
that
go-
confident. I'm a bit
go
more
with
conservative.
I will go with 6.
6. Okay. And Robert?
Okay, I'm sorry.
No.
I was
From
just
0
listening to the best midfielder of
To see-
2018-2019 Champions League. It is, good news for Barca, Frenkie de Jong. Okay, spectacular season, definitely, for Frenkie de
Quick
Jong as
cheer
Ajax's
and
midfielder. You were saying, rate from 0 to 10, the difficulty. Well, I'm going to go for a 7. That's a difficult stadium that we're going to.
I will go with an 8. It's not that I'm afraid, okay, after the point that you gave.
8.
It may look like, but I think we're going to struggle there. We tend to struggle in away games in the Champions League. I think it's not going to be easy at all, and I think that we got one of the toughest.
they're
teams.
leader, right? Now in the
Bundesliga, yeah, they started really well.
And last year was the 2nd place.
Yeah, no,
It's
exactly.
And they were first for a lot of months.
Okay,
Yeah.
guys, we need to look at pot 3 because it's about to be drawn. Georgina, we cannot play the Anthem game because this is frantic rhythm that they've got going on in Monaco. Okay, so pot 3 is being drawn right now. Inter Milan, potentially one of the best teams in that
could
pot
get
3.
there.
So will they fall into Group F? They cannot go into E or D because Napoli and Juve are there. So that limits the options. We'll see. Will they be Barca's opponent as they were last
They
season?
could be there only 4 options, so
Okay.
3 options.
Inter Milan will
33%
go
of chance that we get
into Group.
Got a feeling it's going to be ours.
You've got a feeling it's going to be ours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
F for us, Sam.
Yes.
No,
Your feeling.
No, I
Barca
no,
will
and me
face
too, but-
Inter Milan. This is a tough group. Wow, Georgina.
Inter Milan.
Wow, show
No,
the
and
goal.
me
Show the
too, me
camera.
too.
Inter Milan.
But I got
That
Dortmund
is
right
impressive.
too.
That
Well,
is
but-
impressive.
Yeah.
It's funny because I started the show saying I'm never lucky with anything. So
way, I-
Dortmund
Wow,
and
wow, wow.
Inter.
Okay,
Woo!
so this has
Trust Georgina more.
all of a sudden become a very tough group.
Like last year,
Yes.
we got them last year in the group stage too, along with Tottenham and PSV.
Yeah.
We're gonna go back to Milan this year.
More
Back to
tough.
Milan. No, we've got plenty of experience against them. Okay, so Bayer Leverkusen is the other team that has been drawn. Now let's see which group they can go into. They cannot go into Group B with Bayern Munich. Okay, let's see. Will they fall into Group A with Real Madrid, for example?
I reckon it's going to go Group E
Group E with Liverpool.
with Liverpool.
Liverpool,
got a
Napoli,
feeling.
and Bayer Leverkusen. Sam, go and buy a lottery ticket if you get this one
No.
right. It's gone into Group D. Oh, well, it's going to be a tough group for Atletico Madrid. Juve, Atletico, Bayer Leverkusen.
While the next ball gets drawn, can I answer 3 people?
Okay,
online?
yeah.
I want to answer Rahul. We are reading your comment, guys, okay? It's just that there are so many things going on and you all are commenting so fast that we cannot even read. But yes, we are reading you. And if there are top comments, we are going to answer them. Marcel wants us to say hi, so we're just going to say hi to Marcel. And Jesse Mane is asking when is the world going to end. So I don't know. I don't have a clue about it. But we're reading your comments, okay, guys?
Okay, so now Valencia, it's their turn. The last team in the Spanish league to get drawn into this group stage of the Champions League. They cannot go into Group A, and they cannot go, obviously, into Group D or F because they already have teams from Pot 3.
H.
They will go into H with Chelsea and Ajax. That's an interesting group as well.
Yes.
Chelsea, Ajax, Valencia. Interesting.
Looking forward to see the performance of Citizens.
Oh, no, exactly. Interesting for Jasper Cillessen, the former Barca goalkeeper, now at Valencia. And interesting as well because Chelsea are a top seed because they are Europa League winners, but they weren't able to sign this summer. They weren't able to sign this during this transfer market.
Yeah.
So potentially that makes them a bit weaker.
It does. I mean, Frank Lampard's come in and done a great job. Okay, they suffered a heavy loss on the opening day against Man United, but he's done a remarkable job with the players that he currently has. They only signed Mateo Kovacic because he was a loan player, and the Premier League say you can sign loan players. So I think Frank Lampard will be happy with that. With the draw that he's had so far.
Oh, well, it's going to be an entertaining group, definitely. Salzburg into Group E. Okay, so that means Liverpool get them. Sam, you can rate that.
Yeah, I think so far I would say Liverpool probably have the easiest group so far on paper.
Or maybe Group G, Zenit and Benfica.
Yeah, okay, you could say that. But for in terms of Liverpool's who they would want to face, I think those 2 teams would be on people's lists.
Dynamo Zagreb from Croatia. They were in Pot 3. Let's see which group they fall into. It could be Group G, Group A, Group B, or Group C. Let's see.
Let's go with Group
Peter
C.
Cech is going to unveil that.
Most people think we have the toughest group so far.
Well, I mean, it's a tough one. Group C, Sam, go and buy a lottery ticket. Dynamo Zagreb with City and Shakhtar Donetsk.
Mark?
You know, obviously, Georgina, you're saying, please do send in your comments, guys, and
Yes.
just rate.
I'm
this,
reading most
group
of
that
them
we're
because they are so
falling
many.
into.
But for example, Mark says
Borussia Dortmund and
Inter Milan.
Inter Milan. That's
Yeah.
a tough one.
A lot of people saying that we've got the toughest group, that it's going to be harder than last season. Some people thinking that we're really going to
Tougher than last season. Well, we did.
We
fall
have the
into a
hardest
with a
group. Yeah, a
runner-up
lot of
from the
comments about
Champions League
that.
last season against Tottenham. So, okay.
going to be
Let's
hard.
see. The next team is Olympiacos,
Hi,
and
Schlock.
they
Hard for you.
will they go into Real Madrid's group?
Group A. Oh,
Group B. Sam, nearly.
Nearly.
Okay, so Bayern Munich, Tottenham, and Olympiacos. 2 teams left to draw. And we'll know right now where they will go. Need to get my papers organized here, guys. Bruges and Lyon are the teams that are remaining. So they can go into Group A, which features Real Madrid and PSG, or Group G, which features Zenit, St. Petersburg, and Benfica. They've gone into Group A, Bruges.
This is, yeah.
The team against who Andres Iniesta made his debut,
Of course.
famously known. So Olympic Lyon go into a group with Zenit, Benfica, and themselves, obviously.
I think this one is one of the easiest.
I feel that Group G is one of the easiest. Okay, I'll just do a quick recap. Once again, reading, because I do not know these by memory, obviously. Group A, PSG, Real Madrid, and Club Bruges. Group B, Bayern Munich, Tottenham Hotspur, and Olympiacos. Group C, City, Manchester City, that is, Shakhtar Donetsk, and Dynamo Zagreb. Group D, Juve, Atletico Madrid, and Bayer Leverkusen. Group E, Liverpool, Napoli, Salzburg. Group F, FC
Our group.
Barcelona, that's our group, FC Barcelona, Borussia Dortmund, and Inter Milan. Group G, Zenit St. Petersburg, Benfica, Olympic Lyon. Group H, Chelsea, Ajax, Benfica. Okay, guys. Our group just got a lot more complicated.
I want to ask again, people at home, from 0 to 10, our difficulty, the difficulty of our group being 0 easy and 10 really tough. Zhixiang, do you keep your 5?
No, I will change.
No, no, it's got to change. It's got to change.
It
gotta
increased.
change.
It dramatically increased
For
suddenly.
me.
Wait a minute, I have to interrupt, guys.
Big news
Best
here.
forward of the
Wow.
2018-2019 season, Lionel Messi.
Not even surprised. I mean,
There
it
we
would have
go.
been a shame for it to be
Another
otherwise.
one, right?
This is the proof that sometimes you don't need to win the trophy to be the best. I mean, Messi
Okay, I'm
was
going to be
the best
listening
last
to what he says, so you guys can talk, rate our group, talk about whatever you need.
That was what I was saying. I don't know if you agree with me, but sometimes
Exactly, yeah.
these individual trophies tend to be biased by if you have won your competition, but it shouldn't be. I mean, he was the best last season.
He was,
And
by far.
Best forward by far.
By far, Giorgini, exactly. You know, I touched on it earlier on, saying, you know, the free kick he scored. For as long as I live, I will never forget that free kick he scored against Liverpool at the Camp Nou.
We've
A pass, that got the best goalkeeper.
got
we've got them
goals,
on
but from last season from Messi. This goal that he scored at Wembley Stadium, where, by the way, Tottenham doesn't play anymore because they now play at the White Hart Lane Stadium. But yeah, Messi scored insane goals last year. Obviously, our favorite, I think everyone agrees, is the one against Liverpool. But look at this one against Olympique Lyonnais.
Yeah, spectacular numbers. Lionel Messi has done with his appearance. Spectacular numbers in last year's Champions League. 10 appearances, 837 minutes, 12 goals and 3 assists. Lionel Messi said that obviously the hope is to get better as a team this year. The objective is the same, to win the Champions League. And hopefully he'll be back with the team soon because, let's remind the viewers who don't know, Lionel Messi's out injured at the moment.
Let me read some comments in the meanwhile of the difficulty number. Safi saying 9, Reckless Wing saying 8, Jonathan saying 5, Will saying 7. High numbers because it's a tough group. Sam?
For me, I have to go with the 9.
9.
Right now, I think following on from
I agree with you.
Dortmund and
Inter.
they're two tough teams. They've been in the competition for many years.
I
They
mean-
know the ins and outs, as do Barca. So it's going to be really tough.
I mean, Borussia Dortmund and Inter could be
that-
teams that would be in the knockout stage if they were
Definitely,
in
definitely,
any other
definitely.
group.
One of the top 3 teams, or one of the 3 teams, will be out of the round of 16, and all 3 are worthy contenders. Okay, so shall we have on screen the teams from Pot 4? Because Atalanta is already drawn against Manchester City, Shakhtar, and Dynamo Zagreb. So Group C is complete. Atalanta will face City, Shakhtar, and Dynamo Zagreb. Let's see who Barca get from Pot 4. Leipzig, they're a potential team. Oh, no, we can't get them. We can't get
We
Leipzig
can't.
because they are from Germany. We
And
already
we've
have
got Dortmund.
Borussia
Yeah.
Dortmund.
Okay.
They cannot go into Group B either. Let's see. And they cannot go into Group D because Bayern and Leverkusen are there. So let's see. They could go into Real Madrid's group, for example.
Red Star.
Leipzig.
Got a feeling it's going to be Robert.
Georgina and Zhixiang, you're still in this, aren't you? You both got the answers correct. Oh no, you had
I got
Ajax. for
all of
pot
them
2.
correct so
Georgina, you could
far.
get full points.
get-
Group G is for Leipzig.
Leipzig, I'm still alive, still in it.
Send in your comment, guys. We still have a few teams that we could be drawn against.
Where was-
Galatasaray, Genk, Slavia Prague, Red Star from Belgrade, or Lille. I could get this one right. Lille from France.
I got the.
Lokomotiv.
That's what the
Okay,
one I
so-
said, but
Okay, so Georgina, get your board ready because if Group F comes out, you are the winner of the prediction. There's no prize. I'm sorry, we haven't prepared any
you know,
prizes, but
the pride of winning
But,
something
Yeah.
is more than enough.
go home happy at least.
Please no. No.
Okay, so
F,
drum
F,
roll,
F,
please.
F, F.
There is no drum roll, but
Although I
It's
would
always
not be
cool to
happy
say
if we
that.
get this.
is it going to be Group F?
It's really far away, and
Lokomotiv, no. Lokomotiv Moscow
Was
fall
almost impossible.
into Group D with Juve, Atletico, and Bayer Leverkusen. Lokomotiv. There we go.
I was actually reading a statistic, and they were formed in 1924. and it was formed of all workers from the Moscow railway system.
Okay.
So all the best players came into one.
That locomotive obviously must have to do with locomotion then.
Yeah,
I
with the
imagine.
trains.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
with all the best players from the train system back in those days, they all got together and formed Lokomotiv.
okay.
Oh,
So I see you're
Cool
not
fact,
a
Sam.
lot
Sam,
into geography, but you're a lot into history. That's
Came well prepared, not for our trivia. With
never for the
random
trivia.
facts.
But
Never
that's-
for the
Random facts,
trivia.
Sam.
the other day
Yes.
in the warm-up show, you knew all the answers. So I'm happy that you got some of them wrong.
Okay, I didn't get any of them wrong.
now.
Group F, Slavia, Prague. We're going
For
to
us.
Prague. Okay, where are we? Group F. There we go.
A beautiful
Slavia.
city to go.
Beautiful.
Prague.
Have you been there?
Yes, once.
You've been to
Never
Prague?
before.
Yeah.
Nice city.
Yeah, it's a beautiful city for me. Maybe probably the most beautiful, one of the most beautiful city in Europe.
It's a team that we have never played against
No.
in the
Yeah.
Champions
No,
League,
it's
so
a
it's
new
going to
game.
be our first time.
Okay, so we are going to Dortmund, we are going to Milan, and we are going to Prague. Rate that group from 1 to 10 in difficulty. Georgina will be reading the comments.
I'm reading comment, guys, from 0 being easy and 10 being tough. I'm going with Sixiang. Come on, number.
8.
8,
I'm going to stick with my 9.
9.
8. 8.
Eight
It's an eight.
too?
It's an 8. I still think we're favourites, obviously.
I read
But
a
it's gonna be
comment.
hard.
I read a comment before because everyone is like really focused, obviously, on Barca. This is our channel, so it's normal. But I read some comments about the Inter Dortmund game, and they were saying that it's the teams that they are kind of at the same level, so that they're going to struggle a lot, the one
Oh,
against
yeah,
the other.
yeah, no, that's really
So this could give us advantage if they draw
Yes.
twice. This would definitely give us some advantage.
Lille
for
have
them.
fallen into Group H with Chelsea, Ajax, and Valencia. So there are how many? 3 teams to be drawn still. Genk from Belgium.
Finished second last season in the Pro League.
Yeah, they
Belgium.
cannot go into Real Madrid's group because they have Bruges from Belgium as well, so they can go either into Group B or Group E. They have gone into Group E with Liverpool, Napoli, Salzburg, and themselves, obviously. And Genk. So, Sam, you can rate that difficulty of that group because as a half Liverpool, half Barca fan, you are, well,
Allowed.
you're allowed. You're allowed.
Yeah, I think from a Liverpool perspective, they will be more than happy with that group.
Okay. So, 2 final teams. Let's see into which group they will fall.
B.
Okay, so
B.
Group B have their final team, and that is Red Star from Belgrade.
Most people divided between 9 and 10, but everyone
Oh,
agreeing
so
that it's
10 in difficulty?
yeah 9 and 10. Yeah, 9 and 10. A lot of them. 9, 8,
Wow.
now 7, but most of them are 9s and 10s. 1,000. I mean, it's obviously a very difficult group, and most of
Yeah.
them are agreeing that it's a death group,
Situation
a
is
group of
quite
death.
similar than it's like the last years, but I
Let's see,
think
we had a tough
yeah.
group too.
Okay, so yeah, exactly. It is similar. Okay, the groups are complete. Galatasaray fell into Group A with PSG, Real Madrid, Bruges, Barca with Borussia Dortmund, Inter Milan, and Slavia Prague. Okay, so we can see them on our screen. So we have a look at Barca's group first. That is Group F, guys. We've got it ready. It's FC Barcelona, Borussia Dortmund, Inter Milan, Slavia Prague. We've said. We've rated the difficulty of this group. Georgina,
No, sorry. I love because there's an interesting comment here coming from Alexis that we're writing it like 9.
yeah?
But imagine like the other teams that are actually facing Barca.
no, of course,
I mean,
of course.
Inter is facing Dortmund. They're facing Prague, but they are facing Barca.
Imagine Slavia
So they are
Prague.
like
That's true.
15
Slavia
or
Prague. They could have gone into a group with Zenit, Benfica, and Olympic Lyon,
And they got-
maybe had a chance. But I don't feel that they do.
it's that
here.
group for
I don't, no
for
offense,
Prague.
please, guys from Prague. No offense, but obviously, I think that they are the weakest link in this group.
no, obviously, and it's also one of the reasons why they are the pods.
Pods.
They are
No,
organized
exactly,
this way.
exactly.
So,
Yep, exactly.
but you never know. There are always surprises, and I think last year's Champions League was one of the latest Champions League with the most surprises. There were so many games that were like crazy, and then nobody could believe what was going on. So you never know.
Okay, shall we go full screen to have a look at the different groups? Guys, can we do that? Full screen, Group Okay, all right. We cannot go full screen, but we've got them right underneath.
Yeah, you're
us, the
seeing
groups.
there.
You're seeing it underneath,
Going.
and we've got Barca to our left here. Barca, Dortmund, Inter Milan, and Slavia Prague. Okay, I'm going to read them out anyway, just in case someone that doesn't know. Group A, PSG, Real Madrid, Bruges, and Galatasaray. Group B, Bayern Munich, Tottenham, Olympiacos, and Red Star from Belgrade. Group C, Manchester City, Shakhtar, Dynamo Zagreb, and Atalanta. Group D, Juve, Atletico Madrid, Bayern Leverkusen, and Lokomotiv Moscow. Group E, Liverpool, Napoli, Salzburg, and Genk from Belgium. Group F, FC Barcelona, Borussia Dortmund, Inter Milan, and Slavia Prague. Group G, Zenit St. Petersburg, Benfica, Olympique Lyonnais, and Leipzig. And Group H, Chelsea, Ajax, Valencia, and Lille. Toughest group, guys?
I think
Toughest
so.
group. I think everyone agrees here.
Yeah.
Toughest group.
Group of death.
Borussia Dortmund, we talked about them. Paco Alcácer, Inter Milan, new coach, probably their best signing of the off season with Antonio Conte going in there,
and of course Lukaku.
Romelu Lukaku from Manchester United.
Yeah,
they lost one of their important players in Ivan Perisic as well, and we have fewer references of Slavia Prague. They came from pot 4. First time that we'll be playing them. Those are the teams we're drawn against: Borussia, Inter Milan, Slavia, Prague. Any other groups that look really interesting to you guys?
For me, it has to be the Real Madrid, PSG,
Yes.
Bruges, and Galatasaray. I don't know about you guys.
I know, I agree
I'm
with
looking
you.
forward to see this.
No, that should be an interesting one, especially if PSG obviously get all of their players back. If they get Mbappe, Cavani, they should be back in time. The first date for Champions League, by the way, is the 17th or 18th of September. So we're still a couple of weeks away.
It's nothing.
But it's soon. I mean, we've got Osasuna this weekend. We've got an international break, and then we face, who is it? We face Valencia
here at
and then
home.
Champions League. So 2 league games to go, and then Champions League.
Champions League. And remember that for all, by the way, since I'm here, that for all La Liga games, we are always streaming live, the full live play-by-play commentary with Robert at the front. And we're always 30 minutes before kickoff from the stadium that we are playing in with a live warm-up show. So stay tuned. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're watching on YouTube. Follow us on all social media because there are always like a lot of news going on there. These live shows for every game with all of these guys here. So stay tuned. First one coming up in only 2 days against Osasuna. We'll be there at El Sadar. Then at Camp Nou in a couple of weeks against Valencia. And as Robert said, then there's the Champions League coming back. We don't know if at Camp Nou or in an away game yet, but
it's going to be a busy month of September because we're facing Osasuna, Valencia. We've got Champions League. Then we've got Granada, and then Villarreal at home in midweek.
In midweek,
yeah, so
we're
it's going
going
to be
to
a hectic
Madrid.
month of September after that international
We
break.
love it.
Barca, we're going to need them at full steam, and we're going to need, obviously, Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez, and Ousmane Dembele to come back. Talking about Lionel Messi, we're waiting to know if he's going to be voted best player of the 2018-2019 Champions League. We'll know in a few minutes. I don't know, guys, if we can do one last anthem challenge with Georgina. Do we have that ready?
Yeah, if you want to, and if they are ready, we can go with...
We can do it. I'm being told we can do it. So remind the viewers what it is while they get the music ready.
Okay, we're gonna play with the anthems from teams from pot number 3. Yeah, pot number 3. So the possibilities are: this is the first anthem. Can we hear it? 10 seconds of it.
First anthem, yes.
First anthem.
There it is.
Так непросто победу в бою отстоять под прицелом всего стадиона. Надо верить в себя.
I'm gonna say this is from pot 4, but anyways, it's okay. I'm gonna give you the possibilities. It's A for Lokomotiv, B for Red Star, or C for Prague, the team that we're actually going to play against.
Which one did you say first?
Lokomotiv.
Lokomotiv,
Red
Prague,
Star.
Red Star or Prague. Can we listen to it again, please?
Так непросто победу в бою отстоять под прицелом всего стадиона.
It's Russian.
Lokomotiv.
It's Russian. It's
Russian,
Russian.
Right?
It's Russian.
It's Russian. The right answer is A, Lokomotiv.
Okay,
Maybe
let's go with the
second one. Yeah. Intense.
Serious.
This has got to be Turkish.
It's possibly
Exotic.
it can be Atalanta A, B. Galatasaray, or C. Lille?
I'm going for Galatasaray. It's got to
You knew it before I even said the possibilities. It's Galatasaray. I'm not even going to let you answer because he just
didn't let me give an answer, but I was going to say Galatasaray.
I mean, he was like, it's Turkish, it's Turkish anyway. So, come on, Sam. Just how can you even know this?
Okay, third and final.
Maybe he's a Galatasaray fan at heart. He hasn't told anyone.
No. I mean, Sam, you've already got 2 teams. Let's not go for a third.
And let's go for a third. Oh, sorry. So, song number 3, anthem number 3. You've got some rhythm, Robert.
Yes.
The possible answers
100%.
are A. Genk, B. Red Star, or C. Leipzig.
Give me the answers once again.
A. Genk, B. Red Star, C. Leipzig.
Right now, I say.
You're going with Red Stars?
It's got to be. Maybe they shout in Red Star, but I think in Serbian. But no, I'm going to go with C.
Leipzig and
Okay, I'll go with Red Star as well.
it's B. Red Star, but I don't think they're saying Red Star. Maybe they sing it in Serbian, but I don't think they're like it's Red Star.
Okay. We're waiting to know, as we said just a minute ago, if Lionel Messi is going to be the best player of the 2018-2019 championship. The nominees are Virgil van Dijk, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Messi was voted ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo in the best forward vote, so I feel that Ronaldo is out of options now.
I would think so.
I would think that that's quite logic. Thinking Van Dijk was voted best defender, so I feel like it's Messi versus Van Dijk. How do we feel about this?
I mean, it's obvious that Van Dijk made an awesome year last season, but it's what I said before. You can't deny Messi is the best. He, like always. Not because I'm a Barca fan or this is a Barca channel, but I think it's obvious that Messi is the best player in history, and he did an amazing season last season. But I mean, it was just mind-blowing. It was one of his best, I think. So you must go with Leo Messi.
My money is still on Messi because he's more than scorings. He also know the organize the games and attack. So for Messi.
Sam,
can we give it to both?
No, we cannot.
No. For me, it has to be Messi because Messi's the one that gets you goals.
Messi. No, exactly. So I'm just going to read out the stats. 10 appearances, 837 minutes, 12 goals, 3 assists. More goals than appearances.
And let me say something for Van Dijk, though. I really like it when there are defenders or players that are not forwards being nominated for best players of the season or of the competition in this case, because I feel like they never get the credit that they deserve. It happens a lot with goalkeepers too. So when you see one of them being nominated for one of these awards, makes you feel like there's still some common sense in this world.
Guys, I'm being told we can now go full screen to look at how the groups look. Okay, we're going to start with Football Club Barcelona's group. That is Group F, with Barca, Borussia Dortmund, Inter Milan, and Slavia Prague. A complicated group, guys.
It is. I mean, you just have to look at it on paper, and it says it all basically. I mean, you look at it and you think Barcelona will probably win the group. You expect us to win the group, and then you've got Borussia Dortmund second, Inter Milan third, and then Slavia Prague fourth. My prediction.
Yeah.
Which 2 teams make it through for you?
I've had Dortmund.
Dortmund and Barca?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Barca and Dortmund too. People at home, I don't know what you think, but for me...
Probably very bad news for Inter Milan fans.
No, obviously, no. No offense to anyone, but I mean, you have to pick 2. Only 2 teams can go through. Okay, let's have a look at the rest of the groups. We'll start with Group A, alphabetical order. So let's go to Group A, and we'll keep going from here. Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, Club Brugge, and Galatasaray. For me here, 2 clear favourites, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, and it's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, really tough one as well.
Of course, yeah.
It's a tough one, but you can't compare.
It's a tough one. Yeah, I think Paris Saint-Germain will edge it, if I'm being honest. I think they will edge Real Madrid for top spot. I think Real Madrid in second place, followed by... Depends. Yeah, Galatasaray is...
I think Galatasaray is going to
I think Galatasaray will finish third and Club Brugge fourth, especially with the fans. It can be a hostile environment in Turkey.
Okay, we'll have a look at Group B now. Let's see. Bayern Munich, the runners-up of last year's Champions League, Tottenham, Olympiacos from Greece, and Red Star Belgrade. Here as well, on paper, two clear favourites, pot 1, pot 2, Bayern Munich, Tottenham. Even though I believe the team from pot 2, Tottenham, are favourites to make it as make it to the top at the end of the group stage.
Of course, you know, if they keep Harry Kane and Lucas Moura fit, of course, Heung-min Son is a fantastic player as well. So, as long as they keep those players fit, you know, they can finish top of the group, and then second.
For the group, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's go and have a look at Group C, which features, guys, Manchester City, Shakhtar, Dynamo Zagreb, and Atalante.
One of the easiest, probably. With Group G.
I mean, I feel that maybe the toughest thing for Manchester City is travel here.
Travel, yeah.
Yep, of course.
You're obsessed with travel.
I'm obsessed with travel, but no.
Do you have any kind of promo with it?
Coaches are obsessed with that as well. They talk about it all the time, and the temperature as well of going to Donetsk.
Yeah.
Should we have a look at Group D, guys? That features Juve, Atletico Madrid, Bayer Leverkusen, and Lokomotiv Moscow, another one with long travel in it with Lokomotiv there. And Juve and Atletico Madrid, that's an interesting one.
Very much, especially I think for many Chinese fans.
Yeah?
It's because this year's I think Juve just went last summer to China.
Okay.
And they have a lot of fans and doing a great games and show theirs. So people are looking forward to see their performance in the Champions League this year.
Not as many fans as Barca, though, I imagine.
Cannot compare with Barca.
Cannot compare them
We're
with
the
Barca
best, and the
Lionel
Barca
Messi,
fans
of course.
is the best.
Guys, let's go to see who is in Group E. That is Liverpool, Napoli, Salzburg, and Genk. The reigning champions Liverpool will be facing Napoli from Italy, and Salzburg and Genk, obviously, once again, pot 1, pot 2, favourites to make it through.
Yeah, Liverpool, you expect Liverpool to cruise through, if you like, in that group, followed by a close second, Napoli. Then you're looking at the likes of Genk third and Salzburg fourth.
Okay, we've already had a look at Group F, which features Barca, Borussia Dortmund, Inter Milan, and Slavia Prague. Let's go to Group G right now. I think probably, I don't want to say the easiest, but I'm going to say the easiest.
No, I think it's easy.
On paper, at least. Zenit from St. Petersburg, Benfica, Olympique Lyonnais, and Leipzig. Now here, the question is, who makes it through in this one? Because I feel that it's a level playing field for all four teams.
I think it's Zenit and Lyon.
Oof, Zenit and Lyon. You feel that Benfica get knocked out?
They are the only Portuguese team playing this year, but
Exactly, yeah. No Porto. It's a weird Champions
no
League.
Porto, no Sporting Lisboa. They are like the only ones playing, but
Yeah, I think Europa League for Benfica.
I think Europa League for Benfica.
I think, yeah, of course, losing João Felix, and I think Georgina is totally correct. Europa
Thank you,
League
Sam.
and Lyon. Lyon to go through, and
No, I
with
think
Zenit, and of course Malcolm.
And yeah, exactly. Oh, of course, Malcolm. Yeah, he went there.
he went there.
Okay, so final group, Group H, which has the Europa League winners, Chelsea, Ajax, Valencia, and Lille. That's an interesting one as well.
Interesting group.
I'd like to. I want to see who gets.
They're going to be good games
out there.
here.
I mean, Valencia. I mean, Ajax with no Frankie De Jong, no Matthijs de Ligt. They've been weakened slightly, and they're in pot 2. Valencia, if they manage to keep Rodrigo, have a strong squad, and we'll see what happens with Chelsea as well.
It's interesting because I don't think Chelsea will finish top of the group in that one. I think they'll finish second. I think it will be between Ajax and Valencia for top spot, and Chelsea second.
You agree with Sam?
Yes, totally. For Ajax, like Van de Beek, is like it's very strong, and this especially for this season. So I'm looking forward to Ajax performance.
Georgina, the fans, what are they saying?
I've got many doubts. They are now focusing on the best player, so they are
focusing on
glad
best
that we are
player.
reminding the groups, but they are focused on like Messi, vote Messi. Like they want obviously Messi to be chosen as the best player of last year's Champions League. If you ask me about this group, it's tough because, as you said, Ajax has been really weakened, but I think they will make it through, and Valencia is going to meet Benfica in the Europa League.
Okay. So you think Valencia are the team that get knocked out? Let's go back to Barca's group.
Sorry for
because
our
it's
drafters
obviously
to
what the
listen.
fans want to know. Dortmund, we've got Inter Milan and Slavia Prague. We don't know yet what the schedule is, when we're going to be playing who. I imagine throughout the rest of the evening today or tomorrow we'll know that. But
You're happy about the travel, at least the trips.
well, exactly.
Yeah, kind of short, all of them.
Trips,
They're
short trips. Yeah.
There's no
Prague
travel
the
to
longest, but yeah, no,
Prague, yeah.
good
There's
enough. Good enough. I'm
no
happy
trip to
with that.
Turkey, no
By
trip
the way,
to Russia, no
I'm
trip to
worried about
Ukraine.
travel. I don't travel with the team, so it's not an issue for me. It's just that I prefer Messi not to fly for 5 hours to Moscow or 6 or whatever.
That's
really
another
cold
thing.
in
But
the
think
Plus
think
it's cold.
for
I don't want
think
them to
for a
play in the
second, because most teams are located like in the south of Europe, or like they're more at the west. I always get trouble with east and west, so don't judge me for that at the west. So imagine for like a Lokomotiv or Zenit.
Oh no, it's even
Because
worse
they
for them.
get these 4-hour trips all the time.
No,
It would only be like
it's worse
once
for
for
them.
us in 3 months, but it would be like 3 times for them.
But they
the
play 3 games at home at -2 degrees, and then they come to play here in the warm.
I'm sorry for the team that will have to play there like
Exactly.
mid-December.
And of course, plastic pitches as well.
Yep.
You know, it's quite difficult for players to go from grass to plastic.
Exactly.
And it can, of course, it can cause the odd
And a lot of
injury.
times
That's true.
in the Champions League games, the teams always have to travel one day before the game, because they have the press conference day one day before one. Okay, but sometimes these teams that come from extreme weather countries need to travel even 2 days before, so that they
So
adapt.
they can actually get here. Exactly.
Well, that to adapt and to get
course.
but
able
it's
to get here. We've touched on it before, but Dortmund, Inter Milan, we'll see who the toughest opponent out of those two is. Dortmund bringing back Mats Hummels this summer as well. He'd gone to Bayern Munich. He returns to Dortmund. They have obviously now veteran Marco Reus. They have Jadon Sancho, who was at Man City.
He was at Man City, went to Dortmund,
and Paco Alcácer, former Barca player. So many threats there, and they're particularly they're a good team at home.
they are. You know, take nothing away from Dortmund, as I said, meant previously second in the Bundesliga last season. Fantastic at home. They get the fans right behind them, the yellow wall, and it'll be definitely Igunda Park it'll be rocking, and it'll be a difficult place for us to go. But I think we'll be fine. I think we'll get over the line.
Good thing it's going to be tough for the others too. It's going to be tough for Inter Milan. It's obviously going to be tough for Prague too. I think it's a team that we can win, at least at home. Not easily, but they've got this style of play that I think goes well with Barca, that we can win against them. And I fear more Inter Milan here, for example. Italian teams are always like the team that I don't want to get in the knockout stage, because I always feel like they are so tough and they've got this
dangerous.
Intense football, you know. They are dangerous. They can always score. You never know where it comes from.
That's true.
So it's obviously the group of death. We got our chances, of course, and I think we'll make it through. But question is,
Inter Milan,
who
you
will
were
join
talking
us?
about them signings of Lukaku, Godin as well. Centre back from Atletico Madrid. They've lost Perisic and they've signed Antonio Conte as coach. Okay, unfortunately, Lionel Messi has not been voted the best player of the 2018-2019 Champions League. It was Virgil van Dijk. Okay, Messi, I imagine the runner-up in that vote ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo. He was the best forward. I don't know.
I don't really understand that nomination.
I don't understand it either. Messi's the best player for me, for lots of people. But anyway, what are you going to do about it? Van Dijk won the Champions League, so I guess that's where that comes from. We have a phone call. We talked to him at the beginning, and we talk to him as we come to the end of the show. Aviv, how are you doing?
Yo, what's up, Robert? Very good.
Okay, so first of all, Aviv, I hope we can hear you better than last time, but I'm going to ask you, thoughts on this group? It's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a tough group, but I see all the positives. First of all, we go to Dortmund, which is it's a very nice venue. It's a very nice club, traditional club. One of the best teams in Germany for over a lot of years. We haven't been there yet, so I think it's very positive.
And it's back to Milan.
it's back to Milan. It's a tough team. They've gotten stronger as well. But I think all in all, and Slavia Prague. I think it's a tough group. It's not the toughest group out there. But yeah, I'm confident we will finish the group as number one.
Okay, I like that confidence. Aviv, we're having a few sound issues, so we're going to have to cut the call here. Thank you very much for talking to us, and have a safe journey home.
Yes.
Bye, Aviv.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys, we're running out of time, I think. So we're going to do our final thoughts. Let's just have one more look at what the group looks like. It's up on our screens. Barca, Borussia Dortmund, Inter Milan, and Slavia Prague. The Champions League kicks off on the 17th and 18th of September. We'll know later on when it is exactly that Barca play. There is the group on our screens. Guys, final thoughts.
Very, very difficult. But without a doubt, I think, as I've said, Barca will win the group and the close second at Dortmund.
Very tough, but we fear no one.
You said you rated it 8 out of 10 tough, yeah?
Yeah, but we fear no one. We will win. We'll be the king, as always, in the group.
Georgina, your final thoughts and the final thoughts of the fans.
Yeah, I'm going to start with my thoughts, while you guys leave your thoughts too on the live chat. It's obviously tough, it's obviously going to be difficult. It's also a group that I love. I think the Champions League needs this magic. You need to face great teams, this competitivity coming at all stages, at the group stage to start with. And even though it's not going to be easy, I think it's going to be really beautiful games. And everyone agrees. Group of death, people being happy to face Marco Reus. I don't know why,
Okay.
but I have to say it's one of the transfers that never happened that I really wanted to join Barcelona. But yeah, most people think we're making it through, but it's not going to be an easy one.
Okay, so I think this is all we have time for. I want to thank all three of you guys, obviously. Sam,
people at home.
thank you very much for being on the show once again.
No problem. Brilliant.
Happy to have you for the first time, Tianqing.
Thank you.
And Georgina, we're seeing you on Saturday.
On Saturday, we'll be here with the live warm-up show before the game against Osasuna from El Sadar. Mark your agendas. It's going to be Saturday at 4:15. So we'll see you there. You won't be here because you've got a wedding.
I'm going to a family wedding, so
I'm
I
going to
won't
call you.
be
I'm
here.
going to call you while I'm on the warm-up.
I'll be here though, won't I?
You'll be here,
Sam is
Sam.
going to
Sarah
be
Salvatore
here.
will be here. Julia Pereira will be here. My Rostro will be here. So I'm
Mark,
leaving
you're
it in good
at-
hands. Georgina will be at El Sadar. Okay, so finally, for the last time, Barca, Borussia Dortmund, Inter Milan, and Slavia Prague. That is our group in the Champions League. It'll be kicking off either on the 17th or the 18th of September. We'll know in a few hours, either this evening or tomorrow. But you can check out the schedule on fcbarcelona.com. It's a tough group, but it's going to be an exciting one. Saturday, La Liga, Osasuna Barca, 4:15. Warm up first, then match centre, then post-game reactions here on Barca's YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We'll see you then, and I'll see you for the following game after the international break against Valencia. For now, thank you very much.
Thank you very much
and
for
goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.